Okay. Okay. Hello.
Yo,
Hey, what's up?
so can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice, nice. I'm so glad that we're here. Welcome to the Red Feathers Nest. I'm your host, Tom Alpheus. Um, and welcome to welcome to the show.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
Glad to
you're
be here.
you're actually my first interview in a whole year. So congratulations.
Oh, no way.
It's been kind of dry for like the past like really long time. So yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm just like always happy to like do stuff like this. It's always super fun.
Nice, nice. I've actually and I've actually been listening to you for a while. Like I've been hearing you since since you were a itty bitty like 500 like only 500 listeners on Spotify.
Oh,
I
no
think you're
way.
so you're actually like so I can actually finally claim like oh my god I've been listening to him since the undergrad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And your song "Risky" was actually my number one most
Yeah.
listened to song last year.
Oh, cool. That's super cool.
Yeah. And it was number three this year too.
That's nice. Yeah, I love that song.
Risky. The way I discovered you was so funny. Like, you know how sometimes Instagram and YouTube be like recommending just like rappers and like reels and shorts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's how that's how I discovered you. YouTube was like they just showed me a snippet of your song "Risky" on shorts, and yeah, here we are.
Nice. Yeah, dude. That's crazy because I also haven't uploaded a short in like a really long time. I always think about it and then like I just never get around to it, even though like I have all the stuff recorded. So yeah,
Oh, I get. Well, yeah, well, here we are because yeah, I guess the shorts that work because yeah. So yeah, and another thing I've noticed is that a really big artist is following, or at least like a really big artist follows you on Instagram. At least one that I know. Hobo Johnson follows you and everything, so that's pretty cool.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's funny, yeah, because he followed me like earlier this year, and I followed him back. I thought that was cool, and I texted him one time because I wanted to do a remix of Play Dead actually, and
Right.
wanted to see if he wanted to get on it. I texted him and he left me on red, and that was like in March. And ever
Oh.
since then,
Oh
ever
man.
since then, I've not been in contact with Hobo Johnson. But yeah, he does follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, but hey, at least you have like some people like on you now. Like you're actually you're yeah, I've actually like seen your growth pretty much.
Yeah,
So so yeah, I guess first question. If according to Spotify, it says that your most like the song that I think blew you up was Cow Killer. So like,
yeah,
how?
definitely.
So what was the process of that song in particular, and like what was the transformation from like actually somewhat listen to artists from one moment to another?
It was really crazy. It all like literally just happened right before Cow Killers came out. That was like this past January, and yeah, I had the song. I made the song in like November of 2024, and even then, like I knew like oh, this is gonna be like long. I had like all the ideas for the videos and all that, and I just knew like it was gonna be a really fun drop. And yeah, I filmed all the videos in like December and January, late January, and like I posted the first video, like the first like little snippet thing where like I'm in the outfit and all that, and that one just like took off, and I posted the next one and also like did really well. And yeah, just like from there it's just been the ball's been rolling. And it's been super fun, super interesting. Not a lot has changed, which is surprising. Like a lot of my day to day and like my normal routine with making music is still pretty much the same, except now it's like definitely like more planning goes into drops and like mm, I guess technically you could say like higher production value as far as like I outsource things now for mixing to get like a really good mix and different things. But for the most part, it's actually been pretty much the same. But that transition was like
It was
super
noticeable.
cool because like I don't know, it's just like the thing that I wanted to happen for years, and like it finally happened. I was like let's go. And I was really glad that happened with Cow Killers too.
Yeah, for how long? For how long have you been making music?
6 years since I was 14.
Okay, and your first official album is Good Job, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah, on streaming. That's my first album that's up there.
And who would you and generic question upcoming, but who would you say are your like biggest inspirations for like your music? Like who would you say are the key figures that influence the way you make music or how you make music?
Yeah. Definitely Tyler. He is like my number one favorite artist, like even to this day.
Right.
When I started making music is when like I got super into his music. And that was when Igor was like just out, like it came out that summer. And from there I just went back and listened to, his whole discography, got super into his come up and like the lore and all that. And I just love his style and just everything about him as an artist is super unique, and that's like he's like the number one influence I have even to this day. And then also at that time I was listening to a lot of Brockhampton, a lot
Oh
of
yeah, I
JPEG
could smell
Mafia.
Brockhampton here. I could smell
Dude,
Brockhampton.
yeah, I was too much of a Brockhampton fan back then. I still like to this day, oh man, I could talk about Brockhampton forever. They were like such a cool group that existed for like not that long, and I really think they should exist. Or I think they went too soon,
Yeah,
because they were on
right.
like a
Like,
crazy run.
but I mean, apparently Kevin Abstract's is like solo shit is like pretty good.
Good, yeah.
So
His most recent album, I liked it a lot.
like he's
So
yeah
that's
yeah yeah
good.
he's actually he's leaning more into like rock now. I think right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That like alternative type of production.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could smell the Brockhampton from the music, especially in Head High. Like I was like, yeah, I know this guy likes Brockhampton.
Yeah, dude. I was so into Brock just because like I mean they really were like something different. I feel like there's not a lot of like huge rap groups like that. It was like Odd Future before them, obviously. You had like way back, you had like Wu Tang, right? As far
Hmm.
as just like huge, like multi-member doing all this stuff. And I feel like Brockhampton was a breath of fresh air with that idea.
Yeah,
And, their output was just crazy, like the Saturation Trilogy, and like their production was nuts. So yeah, I was like really, really, really into Brockhampton when I first started making music, and
you,
like really just anyone else in that like alternative rap space, like JPEG Mafia, Amine, Earl,
Earl.
they
Oh
were
shit,
all like
yeah, Earl.
constantly in rotation.
I actually saw Earl a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, really? For
Yeah, he was
yeah.
on his new Earl and Friends tour. Yeah, everybody was there. There was two rappers I didn't know because they're like obscure as fuck. Mavi, Mavi was there.
Uh-huh.
The Loopers, Live E, and then yeah, of course Earl Sweatshirt. Yeah, I know the whole thing.
That's awesome, dude. Earl is like probably the like in my opinion, I think he's like my top rapper as far as just like skill, discography. Like he is just of a different level.
Yeah, and also I feel like he's able to master. He's actually the master of off kilter rap. Like he like
Yeah.
rap off float, but like it kind of works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Actually, and well, now that we're here, here's the age old debate: Earl or Tyler.
Ah, dude. Okay. Okay. I'll give you like the most non-answer ever, and that's just like I think they represent like different things, but like as just like rap capability, like if Tyler and Earl were to have a rap battle, like right now, I think Earl Sweatshirt would win. Like I think Earl is a better rapper than Tyler, but as like artists, I think they kind of like show different things, you know what I mean? Like it makes sense. It makes more sense that Earl's like career trajectory was more, he kind of like stayed in the underground, like he became a icon in like that regard, and like he went on to work with like the Alchemist and
Yeah,
do all this stuff and like influence like a bunch of people. And then Tyler went on to be more of like that maximalist, like
superstar. Yeah,
big rollouts, big ideas, and now he's getting recognized at like the top level. Grammys and collabing with like Clips, and I think he got voted Artist of the Year for Apple Music, which is awesome. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I
like, it
think
just like they're on just like two different levels, but I do think Earl is a better rapper.
yeah, he's a better rapper. I think I like him more than Tyler purely because uh generic take coming, but I'm not the biggest fan of like his first three albums, for example. Like Bastard, Goblin, and
Yeah,
especially Bastard. I was just I
yeah, dude. It's funny because like I I think Goblin I think I like Goblin the least. Even though I think Goblin and Bastard are like super similar. I mean, obviously, but like I think I'd take Bastard over Goblin by like two songs. I feel like it beats it out by like two songs. But, as a whole, they were kind of just like you could see the potential for him for sure. But like as projects, they're very amateur for sure.
yeah. As Bastard, I remember like Tyler just flat out used a beat that MF Doom already used and just slightly
Yeah.
slowed
Yeah. And
it.
by the way, dude, he released that like five times. Like it came out on so many different things.
Oh my, okay, yeah, he was. I mean, he was like grinding, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, seeing how both two of your inspirations are like rap groups, right? Like rap super groups. God Future has like 1,000 people, and Brockhampton is a boy band.
Yeah.
Do you have like aspirations of making a rap super group or band of your own? Is that as like something that's ever crossed your mind?
Maybe not in like that same regard. I've definitely had ideas of like, because when I play shows, right, I perform with a band and it's like me and three other people.
Right.
And like that type of vibe is really cool because like, you know, the way that we play, the songs kind of like come out a little bit different. Like they kind of come out a bit like rougher, maybe a bit punkier. And having that type of aesthetic for the shows is really cool, and I've definitely thought about having like a side project where like it's just a band, and like maybe I don't even do vocals, I just like play an instrument or something. But
I know you know
I've
how to
thought
play
about
the.
that every
You can
now
play the
and then.
guitar, right?
Yeah, I play the guitar and the bass.
Yeah. I've seen some alternate head high covers of you, and you're holding the bass, I think.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
So I've thought about that, but maybe not like a rap group. I don't know. It could happen. It could happen one day. But I've noticed like whenever I make music, it's very like individual. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so a lot of the time, like unless it's like a really specific thing where I'm like, oh, I want to get this person on a verse or like get this person to do something, for the most part, it's very like it's me in the room making it.
Okay, so yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Do you handle all the production?
Yeah, pretty much. It wasn't until like this year where I started kind of branching out. Like Play Dead actually was pretty much mainly produced by someone else. His name's Kill Sweet Max, aka Max Landis. And he hit me up and he sent me the beats for Play Dead and then this other song that's probably gonna be coming out later on. And then like I went back and just like added some stuff. So he produced that, and then for a couple like West Coast Funeral and Cow Killers, my bandmates actually added some extra parts. Like on Cow Killers, my bassist added it's like an extra like plinky guitar in the beginning, and then she also added a harmonica in the third verse. And then I think she also recorded the lead guitar on West Coast Funeral that plays in the chorus. So I've like bought in a couple people to help out with production this year, but like for pretty small things, like for the most part, it's still just me doing it, and like it's just on like FL Studio.
Okay, so yeah, how do you like make your instrumentals? Like, do you use samples or do you actually like make it yourself, like play the instruments or a combination of both, like what Tom Misch does sometimes?
It's both for sure. Like because actually, I don't know how many people know this, but I guess I don't really bring it up. But West Coast Funeral, the chords for that is actually a Splice loop. You can go find it somewhere on Splice. I don't know where. I can't remember the name of the kit or even like the name of the loop, but that's like up on Splice somewhere. Um, a lot of I like kind of leaned on splice loops heavily, especially like back or a couple years ago before I really was playing guitar. Now it's kind of like I would say it's a nice even split of like I'll go on Splice, try to find some stuff and maybe like interpolate it, or like a lot of the new stuff I've been making is just like straight guitar. But sometimes, this is how I used to do it is like just make it all on FL and like use guitars on FL and like do that and just try to make it sound like as heavy as possible. So yeah, it's like a couple different things I do now.
I don't know if you can do this because you're not exactly like super big per se. But do you use like samples from like other songs, like for example, or like you can't, or you're not at that level yet?
I try not to. I used to do that a lot actually, like before I signed a deal. I would just like sample whatever. Like actually the 4 songs I did before I released Cow Killers, I did like 4 singles. And like the gimmick was like they were all sample based. So like I sampled a Title Fight song, I sampled Frost Children, I sampled Laundry Day. There's a band called crap, I can't remember the name of the band. Oh, Lots of Hands. I sampled a Lots of Hands song. And so like it was all just like loops that I sampled and just like chopped up and put drums
Oh, okay.
over it.
Oh, damn.
Um
Okay, damn. Title Fight's crazy. Like that's a strange one too. Like unorthodox.
yeah. Yeah, dude. It's because I listen to a lot. I don't know if you know Fear Dorian or like Polo Perks,
I know
the
Polo Purple.
rappers. Yeah, like I really like their style of production where it's just like the rock songs and they sample it and then put like drill drums over it. And
Mm.
so like I was really getting into that like last summer. And so I just made a bunch of beats like that. And I had just put out Head High, so I was like, let me just drop some fun singles, rap a little bit. So I'd say all that to be like I sampled a lot before, but now that I've signed a distribution deal, which I'm pretty sure like there's I don't know, I don't think anyone would like care that much, but like now I try to stay away from samples like that just to be safe. But beforehand I used to just do it. Just like whenever.
Well, I mean, sometimes that's a good thing because now you're just actually like actually creating, like now just actually playing instruments like yourself and using your bandmates.
Yeah, true, true.
Which there's a very specific question, but has the album Rebirth by Lil Wayne inspired you in any way? Because that's like something a lot of rock based rappers say, like, because even though that album is dog shit, people say a lot of rock based rappers say that that album did in fact like influence them. So I
Ah,
don't, so
for
I don't know
me,
if
I
that.
wouldn't say so. But it's funny because I did actually do a like a year or two, I did a project. Yeah, a year or two ago, I did a project on that, not on that album specifically, but like I did a presentation about like rock and rap and like how the two are like culturally similar. And I like cited that album at one point.
Yeah, okay.
But I'd say for that specifically, like for that influence, it was really like Paris, Texas and Kenny Mason when they were like first really starting to blow up. That's what really inspired me to like, or that's what kind of introduced me to that sound. Like I really never heard anything like that before. And then it was also like Gene Dawson to an extent, Dominic Fike to an extent, like just
Dominic
these
Fike.
guys making more like alternative music, but they still have these like rap cadences and like, it's a lot more of like that subtle blending going on with those two. But then with like Kenny Mason and Paris, Texas, it's like straight up just rapping over rock instrumentals. I thought that was like super crazy. So yeah,
I
that was like I got introduced to it.
I take it that you're a Billy Woods fan as well.
I listened to him a little bit. I'm not like super into him, but there's a couple Billy Wood songs I like, yeah.
Oh, okay. Um. So yeah. So no. Yeah. Like the rock and rap scene are like very cultured. Like there's shit like new metal, for example. Like yeah. No, it goes way back, right? Um. And another question relating to that is how long? Yeah. Like how long does it typically take you to make a song with like not all those elements just kind of um happening at once. You know, the guitars and like all that. Like yeah,
Uh,
because I see your like page and like you actually release music fairly quick. Like yeah, like a year, an album per year, basically. Like uh,
yeah, I've been trying to like keep that up, but usually because the way I work on music is like pretty spread out, but a lot of the time I'm working on projects like at once. So like when I was doing Buried Out Back around the time it took me maybe like uh, 5 months, 5 or 6 months to finish that. And then maybe like on the fourth month, like when it was like closer to being done, I started working on the next album. And that's like pretty much done now. And I was working on that from like January to maybe like July-ish. And so for just like making the music project by project, normally it takes anywhere between like 5 and 8 months. And that's like just super spread out over the course of like however many weeks, like I'll work on a couple ideas, maybe get like half of a song done, just like here and there. It's very like disjointed, you know what I mean? So that's like a weird question for me, even though like I feel like I should have a more solid answer by now, but I
well,
hardly ever work on music like straight, just like one song, you know,
all
done
right.
in a week type of thing. Yeah.
Well, a more specific question then would be, what song did you like struggle the most with? Like, which one was the one that you were just like, I can't, I can't no more. It's over. It's over. It's it's
Yeah.
over.
That's
So,
that's actually a good question. Huh.
oh
I
god.
don't know. I'm trying to think because oh, actually, so I have this habit a lot where like I'll start a song and I'll always be like, oh, I'm not gonna put this on the like. There's no way I'm gonna be able to like come up with something, put it on the album. I'm not even gonna use this, and then like I'll end up using it and like I'll really like it. But I remember when I was doing Risky, actually that started. I didn't have the instrumental for the longest time because I wrote the song. I wrote the first verse over. Do you know "Think Fast" by Dominic Fike?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote the first verse over the beat to that because I really like that song and like that was when Sunburn just came out and I was just like had it on repeat and yeah, so I wrote the first verse over that and like I really liked the verse. I think that's all I had at the time, and I was like, I gotta come up with an instrumental for this, but like I just nothing is sticking, and I think I made like two or three different instrumentals and they were all just like whatever. But I was like, this verse is just way too good. Like I need to use this verse for something. And then eventually I like found it was a loop. Actually, that loop is also on Splice somewhere. Uh and I used the loop, basically copied the drums, and then like the rest is history. So yeah, that I remember that song took like a minute to come together just because I didn't have a beat for like a really long time.
Well, glad it paid off because, like I said earlier, at least to me, "Risky" is my favorite song of yours. I think.
Thank you.
Well,
I
yeah,
I appreciate
yeah, like and yeah, you can and I mean, later I'm gonna send you my Spotify Wrapped, but yeah, like I said earlier, like "Risky" in 2024 Spotify Wrapped, "Risky" is my most listened to song ever out of the whole
yeah.
thing. And
That's definitely for me, I think that's like maybe in my personal like top 5 songs I have out.
what's your favorite song then? Is it "Calculus"?
Low key, I've been saying this a lot. Like every time someone asks me, like this one comes up the most, which is like kind of surprising because I never thought that this would be it. But "Play Dead" is low key like one of my favorite songs I have out. It's just like super fun.
Let me just yeah, okay, I remember. Yeah, no, yeah, I can see that one. I think my favorite songs of yours are "Risky." I hope you blow up. That I really like that one.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
West Coast Funeral and Grams. Those are like I think those are my favorite of yours.
Yeah, Grams is cool because I distinctly remember like looking at the track list for Buried Out Back like when it was getting close to being finished, and I was like trying to figure out like which songs were gonna be singles, like what were gonna be like the hits that we're gonna try to do and like make videos for. And I was looking at Grams and I was like, this is a good song, but I don't think that this is gonna like I feel like this is just gonna be like an album cut, maybe like get a couple streams and like be good. And now it's like it has the most streams out of anything I've ever done. And I think that's like that came as like a surprise to me initially, but I love that song as well. That's like a great song.
Yeah, great. Yeah, like yeah, I started like I said, I started getting into you. Pause. Yeah, like around the Head High and Barry Outback. So yeah, those two are kind of like your. I don't know. I don't. This is probably. I'm probably wrong, but like those two are your magnum opuses. Because for a long time before you released Barry Outback, Risky was your most popular song. And
Yeah.
then, so how do you look back on your other albums like Good Job or Playing with Colors? I was gonna say Welcome to the Future, but I forgot that was. I mean, actually, how do you feel about that one too? Yeah, that one's a collab.
Yeah. Um, I'll say this for Good Job. As more time goes on, I like that album a lot less. But
Mm,
like, I still, I, I see the value in it because it's like low key a lot of my production quirks and like the things I do now. It's like so like you can tie it back to Good Job pretty easily. I feel like just how I was doing chords and melodies and like stuff like that that has like a huge influence on how I make music now. I feel like in the stuff that I'm about to be releasing, you can hear it a lot more just like with the synths and the melodies and it's just like super bright. Um so Good Job is like fun to look back on because also it's like I think it's like super obvious that I was like into Brockhampton. If you listen to like two songs, you'll be like, yeah, this guy was low key just biting Brockhampton. But you know, it's fun to look back on it.
and what about your collab album with JS Punch? That one actually I haven't heard yet, so that doesn't gonna be
Oh,
available.
really?
Yeah.
That's a cool
I,
one. Actually, the way it goes is I oh okay, yeah, never mind because that one came out before Playing with Colors, but I was working on it at the same time as Playing with Colors. Me and Jackson, the guy that I made the album with, we were like homies on Discord, and he
okay.
also made music, obviously, and you know his style is like super, especially at the time it was like super like experimental, like you know doing like just fusing a whole bunch of stuff together and rapping over, and I thought it was like super awesome. And so we made that project together, and yeah, I was just trying to like make stuff that he wanted to hop on, so it was like super like spacey like trap type songs. And low key some of it sounds like it could be on Good Job, and it's like super interesting, but it was made in like that in between era, so I feel like I don't know. It's a very unique album. I like it. There's a lot of songs on there that like I'm really proud of how the beats came out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. That one's the only one out of your works I haven't heard yet. I haven't heard Welcome to the Future.
it's
Uh,
cool. There's some good songs.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say the other song in my favorites is "Too Happy" with Marshall Benton.
Oh yeah, that song is great. Shout out Marshall.
What's his deal? What's Marshall Benton's deal? Yeah, because I
He was
noticed
one of my
that
friends.
Head High has
And
like
we
a fuck ton of features.
yeah, dude. I was so Marshall. I went to high school with him. He's one of my friends, and like he also makes music, and you know, just like super great voice. He makes like more indie. At the time, he made like indie rock, like bedroom rock type stuff. And then
Okay.
since then, he kind of pivoted to more like folky or like just stripped back like instrumentals. But
Oh, okay. So yeah, he's a completely different thing from you, just utterly.
yeah. But like you know, he has we both like each other's music, and like I love his voice, so I had him on the chorus, and then just like all the other features on Head High. I remember being like super proud of like having all those features because like it's really just like my friends or like people I know. Um,
All these people are your friends. Glue, Sadix, Dakota, Chloe, and Wesma.
Somewhat. So actually, okay, so like Chloe is my friend. We also went to high school and she makes music. And I kind of I made that song Pro Boxing like kind of for her, like to be on. Be cool to like have Chloe hop on a song because she makes
Oh,
more like hyper pop. type stuff, like in that lane.
Okay.
And then Dakota is someone Marshall introduced me to after we graduated high school because I needed someone to hop on a chorus. I asked him if he knew anybody, and we got that together. And she's also just like a great singer. Um, Glue is someone I met through Jackson online, and he also makes that like kind of electronic trap, in that realm. And I was just super excited. I wanted to like get a guy with his voice on that type of production because I thought it would be like interesting to hear. And I like really love the way that turned out. And then Wasmo is a band who I actually hired the lead singer to sing on that chorus on Fiverr, the website Fiverr. I like needed somebody to like scream a chorus like that. And I didn't really have anybody like in my vicinity, so I was like, I'm just hop on Fiverr and find somebody, and
And
that
yeah,
happened.
okay. Uh, and speaking of features, who would you say has been your biggest like? How do I ask this question? Like biggest pull or biggest notice? Like what bigger artist or what has been the biggest artist that has like noticed you, or who's the biggest artist you've collabed with?
Oh,
Because like I said, Hobo Johnson is one of those. He's the biggest.
yeah. Uh, all the people I've collabed with are like pretty small. No one like crazy, crazy big, but I think like around this time last year, like last December, uh Polo Perks followed me back on Instagram and he DM'd me just saying like he's seen my reels all the time. I thought that was awesome because
Oh,
Polo
yeah.
Perks is probably like one of my favorite underground rappers and also like pretty influential. I'd say like his he just has a good ear for like unique beats and I love a lot of his music. So that was really cool. Um there's probably been others since then, but like that's the one I remember because he was like kind of the first bigger artist or like, bigger in my eyes to like reach out and say something. So I thought that was sick.
Nice, nice. Hopefully, if you text him, if you're down for a remix, hopefully he texts you back.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be cool.
um, and another thing I noticed is that, like you're from Savannah. How much does the Savannah environment or the Savannah history or like just Savannah in general, how much does that affect your music? Because I've been to Savannah before, and
Oh really?
I think I did like a um I think I did like one of those ghost tours. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like how much does just all of that in general like influence your music?
Um, it definitely has shaped like my approach to live shows. I think that was like the biggest thing because the scene in Savannah is like it's very small, but it's super passionate, and it's also like very, punky. It's very there's a lot of like hardcore bands, a lot of screamo, and so like you go to a show and it's like super high energy, and it's very DIY as well. And for the longest time, when I started doing shows, I'd say for maybe like a year and a half of doing shows, I didn't have a band. I just performed with like backing tracks. And when I started making more like rock stuff and performing it, I still had the backing tracks and like it was cool. Like people would, like the songs, but it was just kind of weird, having like these rock songs, but like there's no band. It's just like one dude with a laptop and I don't know.
I mean,
That
hey,
kind of made me want to like
sometimes
perform with a band.
sometimes a dude with a laptop and and not speaking at all while playing shit
Yeah.
can has his own value, you know.
Yeah, it was definitely there was like a vibe to it that was like interesting. But I think being in the Savannah scene and like going to those shows and you know first starting to play shows and watching that made me want to like lean more into having a band and it just makes more sense I think and it also makes the shows more fun too. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, I
that's what
can.
got me thinking about that.
Uh, is the possibility of you touring other states? Has that arisen?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's actually something I really want to like try to get on next year.
Please come
I've
to
been out
Florida.
of town. Oh yeah, dude. I plan to. I actually wanted to. Or I was gonna do a show in Tampa last or no in November, but I had to drop out of that bill. Unfortunately, that would have been
Oh
my
man.
first time in Florida. Yeah, but hopefully next year I really want to like get that off the ground, especially like, if things just keep going the way that they're going, I think it would make a lot more sense. And yeah, that's like something I definitely want to do.
Yeah, like so yeah, so what are your like goals right now on like on that aspect? Like what are your cities like which one you're really interested in going?
Oh,
Tampa.
cities.
Yeah.
Um, well, I played in Atlanta for the first time in November. That was like the big one that I really wanted to do.
Okay.
Uh, and that was a really fun show. So other than that though, I think I'd love to go up to New York. Out to LA would be awesome. Somewhere like out of the country. I don't know, like nowhere's like specific. It would be cool to go to the EU. It would be cool to go to Canada. Um, at some point, I'd love to do like an Australia, New Zealand tour. That's like for like way down the line, but just like some anywhere out the country in like a big city. But then like other places in the States, honestly, just like any like major city, I'd be down to go to like Houston. I'd be down to go to do a show in DC, do a show in like Pittsburgh, There's just like I'm not really just like anywhere. I'm just really trying to like knock cities off the map.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, you already have some pretty lofty ambitions, like just straight to Australia, just straight to Australia.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
yeah, and yeah, like talking about these features, what other genre, like, yeah, what other genres aside from rap have you been interested in either experimenting on or you listen to quite frequently? Because yeah, you mentioned that Marshall was a folk person, so like so yeah, like what
Oh,
other genres have you like thought of doing? Because like fun fact, the last musician I interviewed was a Plunderphonics vaporwave person, so yeah,
oh, really?
we're a very diverse show here.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, so now I have you, so that's why I asked like what other like genres have you been like interested in either doing or listen to apart from rap?
I'll say I listen to right now a lot of like, or not a lot of. I've been into Malcolm Todd the most this year. I don't know if you're familiar with Malcolm Todd, but he's like I'd say like bedroom pop, but like a little bit more than that, but like alternative like R&B alternative pop type of artist, like very soft type music. Um Dejan, I've been like super into Dejan this year. Uh a lot of just like when I'm just like around the house or just like casual doing stuff. I listen to a lot of like soft R&B, a lot of like more like chill stuff. Claro, the Marias, Faye Webster, Men I
Yeah.
Trust, like very casually.
Oh,
Oh,
I think Men I Trust played recently where I'm at. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to it.
damn, that could have been cool.
but but have you ever like thought of doing yeah like stuff like that? Yeah, like just other like experiment like other genre completely just with just dead ass just put a little weight in 180 for an album
Yeah,
or has that
I
not
probably
ever?
not anytime soon. I think right now I'm like really exploring more just like subgenres of rock. Like the newer stuff that's probably be coming out leans a bit more to like pop rock, like there's more emphasis on like the choruses and the melodies. But then I'm also like right now I'm working on some stuff that's like I would say I'm taking more from like hard rock and emo and just like having those more like textured and how do you say, just stuff that has like more edge to it. So I'm like looking at just different subgenres of rock, trying to like flesh that out.
Which was your favorite subgenre out of all of these?
Favorite? That's a good question. I think the most I've been into right now is like emo and like hardcore stuff. another I really got into Turnstile this year. I actually went to go see them in Orlando in
Right.
October,
Oh, nice.
and I love Turnstile. They're probably like one of my favorite bands out. And they experiment a lot. Like they're a hardcore band, but they have softer songs. They have different types of melodies and rhythms in there, and it's just like super cool to see that blended together in rock. Um, yeah, I'd say like that's what I'm kind of into right now.
All right, post hard. Yeah, so I'm gonna take it. You also like Hot Mulligan, American football, Mom Jeans.
I
Fuck.
used to I used to really be into Mom Jean like maybe a year or two ago. Uh, that I like a couple of Mom Jean songs. I'd say like I'm more into like Title Fight for sure. Title Fight is like one of my favorite bands up there. Um, hmm, who else was I say? Car Seat Headrest is like
Oh
low
shit, yeah.
key, also super influential. When I was like 16 ish, is when like I kind of started getting into him. And I
What's
love
it?
Twin Fantasy. I love what's that album? Teens of Denial is one that I really like, but I don't see a lot of people talk about it. But I like Teens of Denial.
Now the bigger,
Um,
now the bigger
oh,
question.
not
Yeah.
Teens of Denial, Teens of Style. Not I got them mixed up, but
Let me check.
there's a lot of Carsey Headrest songs I really like.
Yeah, let me check if I could find the one you're talking about. Twin Fantasy. Yeah, Teens of the Know.
Yeah.
Now the bigger question. Now the bigger question. Seeing how you said you got inspired by Carsey Headrest, are you also part of the furry community, just like Will Toledo? This
I
is
am
very
not,
important stuff.
but what's funny is like a lot, or not a lot, but like a good amount of furries like engage with my art. I've noticed like I don't know how to say it, but like I have
How did
noticed like
how did you discover this? How did you discover this pattern?
because it's just like when people follow me on Instagram, like sometimes I'll look at like who it is just to see, and more times than I can name, still like a small amount of times, but more times I can name, I'll go to someone's page and it's like a lot of furry stuff. And I don't have a problem with it at all, but it is just funny
It's
that like
strange.
that's something I've noticed. So there's something about my art that attracts furries.
I actually sent fun fact, I actually sent you a message a while ago on Instagram. You're gonna find me eventually. And I do in fact have a furry. Yeah, so I'm no better. So I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
um,
It's just like that's such a like a I've thought about that for like a couple of months now. Like ever since I noticed it, I haven't stopped noticing it. So yeah.
do you make music? You make music for? No, you don't. No, it was, no, it's like what it's like. Def Girl fans like their music has absolutely nothing to do with like the LGBTQ. Yet all their fans are just gay people. So,
Yeah.
so I
Which
don't
I
know what
mean,
to.
I'll just take that as like I don't know that the art is like eclectic enough for like a lot of people, like a lot of different types of people to like be gravitated towards it, which is like something I enjoy.
Yeah, you have a like a diverse fans.
Yeah.
Um, and oh god, and no, yeah. So you said Will Toledo was your inspiration. I don't know if you said you liked Hot Mulligan in there, but yeah, they're a band I'm listening to a lot right now. Um, and no, generally like people that I be listening to. Yeah, you. I'm listening to a lot of the. Dean Blunt, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I be listening to him a lot, and just a lot of like his minions or people like him, like Samba John Baptiste, um, and
I know
all
the
of him.
name, but I haven't really listened to their stuff as much.
To Dean Blunt.
Yeah, yeah. I like there's Dean Blunt songs that I know, but like I wouldn't say I'm like a Dean Blunt fan.
I love Dean Blunt. He's so cool and mysterious,
Right.
and fucking hates his family. Um, but back to like the furry topic. I mean, to be honest, not the more I think about it, that shouldn't be weird because a lot of rappers have personas. Like, okay, literally, Cardi has a persona flat out. Like, let's just get that out of the way. Fucking Kevin Gates is a furry. Let's just, there's that. Um, this doesn't count, but oh god, I'm forgetting names. The Insane Clown Posse. Which one was Violent J?
um, I don't know.
One of, yeah, but I think it was the fat. He's a furry too, and RXK nephew is also a furry. So you're
I
next.
did not know that. That is news to me.
So what I'm saying is that you're next. Um, also dumb question. Is Chris Casey your real name?
Oh, it actually isn't. My last name is not Casey.
Oh,
It's Thomas.
oh my god. Okay, fun. The reason why I asked that is because I told my girlfriend right about like, oh my god, I'm gonna interview Chris Casey, and then she was like, uh, she just asked as a joke, oh, you should ask him like, is Chris Casey your real name?
Yeah.
And
No, it isn't.
okay, so I was like, okay, so I'm actually surprised I got like a completely different answer. So,
Yeah.
so where the yes, so you said your name is Chris Thomas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where did Casey come from?
I just made it up because I wanted to when I was like trying to come up with an artist name, I wanted to have just like a normal name, you know what I mean? Just cuz like I didn't want to come up with something and then like regret it later on. And
I
I
believe
really
that.
like artists where it's just like first and last name, you know. But a lot of people, the last name in their artist name isn't their actual last name. A lot of people use their middle name, which I think is cool, but like
Kendrick
my middle
Cameron.
name is kind of lame. So it's just like nothing like popped out. So I was like, okay, Casey just has like the alliteration, you know what I mean? It sounds normal. And yeah, I just like stuck with it and I haven't changed it since.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're talking about. Travis Scott is one of those people.
Yeah, yeah.
Travis comes from Travis comes
Is
from his uncle,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and Scott comes from Kid Cudi.
Right.
So Travis Scott's his real fake name is Kid Cudi's real name.
Huh.
I don't, I don't know what that. Yeah, but so yeah, Casey, you just there's
Just like thin air one day, yeah.
oh but yeah, like yeah, Chris, yeah, there's the alliteration. Um, and yeah, you said Chris was your real name. What were some other artists or other names that could have potentially been, but you were like, nah, fuck that.
Honestly, I can't remember any. I don't know if I like really seriously like landed on something before that. I just knew I wanted to just have like my normal name. And low key, that's just because like when I was like 14 at the time and I didn't want like people to make fun of me if I chose like something that sounded kind of cringe, you know? So I
Mm,
was like, if I just do my normal name. But and then, like what's funny is because like later in high school people just thought my last name was actually Casey. Cause why wouldn't they? You know what I mean? It's just like
yeah,
a normal name. But like there were a lot of people that didn't know my last name wasn't Casey, which I thought was funny, but yeah.
good thing I asked.
Uh,
Good thing I. um, but yeah, so no, yeah, like and so generally, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 20. I'm 20 right now.
Oh, you're 20. Okay, I thought you were older. No offense.
I
Um,
get that a lot, which is like funny, but yeah.
okay, so yeah, okay, so yeah, yeah, you're becoming famous relatively quickly. So hopefully, this is a sign of good things to come. How do you go to college at all, or stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm in my third year of college right now.
Uh, if apart from music, what is your like what was your thing in college?
Well, I'm a film major, actually.
Oh, okay, so you're just like yeah, pure or like artistic person.
Yeah, I went to when I was in high school, I actually went to a art high school and I did like visual art there. So that's where I got all that from.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I guess okay, I guess we can talk about some films. My favorite, yeah, because a lot of my interviews have been with like review fucking reviewers.
Oh,
So yeah. Actually, do you know anybody in my server? Because like sometimes I send people like for interviews. I'd be telling, oh, you might know a couple of them, but but actually, do you know do you know these people?
I don't think I do, unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. I think my favorite guest so far has been Bungie. He got fucking banned from YouTube though, so that's depressing. But no,
Oh,
yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, but basically, um, actually, let me tell you a quick story. The someone that isn't here anymore. In the server used to be. Does this name sound familiar to you? Just a robot.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Doesn't ring a bell. Okay, so this is a story for you in case you ever get involved in some bullshit. But one time I interviewed Just a Robot. You can actually still see it on my channel because that shows growth, right? But I interviewed him. It's my shortest interview. But yeah, he stayed on my server, and then whenever I got other interviews, there would be a 50% chance that he would hijack my interviews. Not like in a bad way, but he would like appear sometimes. Um, and Yeah, he did it with my Weekend Warrior interview. And he's still on the server surprisingly. And he also did it with my first ever musician. Actually, you're my third. He flashed my Kulea interview. Kool is actually right up your alley. He makes a lot of like music shit. He focuses on like the hyper pop, punk kind of scene. So you'd love Kool. Um, Just a Robot hijacked, like cameoed in the Kool one, and he actually stayed for like a while, and you could consider that rude, which yes, but then I had the idea. I was like, hey, why don't I? Maybe I could ask this guy, Just a Robot. Like, what if we do a podcast together? Red Steel, because my real legal name is Red Feather, as you know, totally. Um, and it was at Red Steel. And then guess what happened 2 days later? Turns out, 2 days later, after I did the Kool-Aid interview, fucking Just a Robot got involved in some drama. Some fucking what do you think he was doing? I'll give you a guess. What do you think he was doing?
Man. I what was it? I don't want to say.
Uh, he so yeah, 2 days after my fucking interview with Kulea, he was defending a groomer. Um,
Okay, yeah. I figured it was like something in that lane.
yeah, so he was defending a groomer. He made a video defending her, right? Because he was like trying to like debunk all the claims, but there was nothing to debunk. It was just fucking yeah. No, he just and then turns out it was revealed that he was like a fucking simp for her and shit. Like it was really fucking bad. Um, and even though I'm not famous at all, in a way, I felt kind of involved because he he fucking crashed an interview I was doing, and then 2 days later he does that, and then second of all, I checked his Twitter, and he only follows 40 people, and you know who are one of those people?
Is it the groomer?
Me. So
Oh.
I was like, oh fuck. Yeah, so somewhere in my iPad, which is what I'm using to record this, is a call with because I had to call him like a week later after that little drama as like damage control because like what the fuck, bro. And yeah, so to this day, yeah, so somewhere on my iPad is a call of me just kind of rinsing him for being a fucking idiot. So the mo so yeah, I think that was my most chaotic. Yeah, 'cause I was like basically this close to being involved in some bullshit. Um, and question back to you: what is the most like? Have you been involved in like what any controversy or like or just anything remotely yet? Or you haven't gotten any like weird stories like that?
Yeah, no, not really. I hope that doesn't happen. You know. Um, yeah, I'm trying to stay squeaky clean.
Okay. That's a good problem to have. That's a good problem to have. Um, but yeah, so for film, because like I said, most of my interviews have been with filmmakers. Who, what are your what are your five directors like the who you
Oh.
aspire to be like?
Hmm. It's funny because despite being a film major, I actually my like film knowledge and like interest in film is like not what you would think it would be. I still like it, of course, but uh I'm definitely more like here, I'll tell you like my favorite movies
All
instead,
right,
actually.
all right.
I
Give me your seven. How about
Yeah. Okay, so low key, I think Challengers might be like the best movie I've ever seen with like Zendaya and
that? The one that came out. The one that came out like last year.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I really like Challengers. I know it's like an oddly divisive pick. Like there's a lot of people that like really hate that movie, which I thought was like interesting because I loved it when I first watched it.
I haven't seen
Um
it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. I did see like a lot of controversy with Challengers.
yeah. I don't know. I don't really understand why people don't like it. I thought it was like super cool. There's like one nitpick about it that I have, but like it's so I think they kind of make up for it, with just like the script and the acting is like super good. But yeah, I love Challengers, I love Social Network. Uh
You like Social Network despite its borderline slanderous portrayals of the people it's talking about.
yeah, I mean it's funny cuz like when I watch that movie, I like forget that it's based on like like a real life guy who's like in his 40s right now, 30s or 40s right
Yeah.
now, which is funny. But like I know I love Social Network. It's just like the vibe, the script, the actors, the general just aesthetic that it has is super cool.
Yeah, I love David.
Um,
Yeah, I love David Fincher.
I love Lady Bird is
Lady
also
Bird.
super good.
Okay,
Um,
so
lo- Low key, the first SpongeBob movie is like up there in like
that's
one of my favorite movies ever.
you're not fine
And that's
tuning.
like what I always tell people whenever they ask me my favorite movies.
And
Um,
then they look at you weird and like think you're like a pariah and like no, I'm kidding.
it's like I don't know. Like ask anybody I know. It's just like a bit with me where it's like I'll like preface everything, be like, okay, I'm gonna let you down here, but the first SpongeBob movie is my favorite movie of all time,
Imagine
followed
going
by
from
Challengers.
imagine going from fucking Ladybird and then just oh yeah the first
Yeah,
SpongeBob.
right.
All right, so
Um,
that's four, right? Okay, or five. So you got like three more.
um, hmm. I like just told somebody my favorite movies. There's more like actual ones in there, but crap. I'm blanking. Okay, maybe this maybe not be like in my top, but I just watched a movie like a year ago. But the movie Swingers with Vince Vaughn and John Favreau. I don't know if you
Oh,
know that one, but it
I've
was
heard of
like
that.
John Favreau's first movie that he like directed and wrote. And it's really cool. It's like nothing crazy, but just like it's just like cool that that was John Favreau's first movie and it was like pretty good.
Uh,
Um
I noticed a little pattern with the films you picked. Well, except SpongeBob. And it's crazy, and it's crazy that I picked it up because I'm like kind of going through it right now.
yeah,
Do you know the genre of film mumblecore?
I don't.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, this is something that they might teach you if they haven't already. But mumblecore is basically like a genre of film that is essentially like nine times out of ten, it's like super micro budget. It's really simplistic plots, like literally, um, like it's literally just like you know what you're going through college right now. You know, you're like hanging with your friends, maybe some
Yeah.
fucking weird bullshit drama. You know, shit like that. Partying. That's mumblecore, right? Like a lot of
Kind of
talk.
like slice of life ish.
Yeah, that's why I that like when you said Lady Bird, I was like, oh shit, because Greta Gerwig is a pioneer of the mumblecore genre. Um, And yeah, and Social Network would kind of slightly be mumblecore if it wasn't about the founding of Facebook.
Yeah. I
But
really
no,
just like those more casual, like coming of age type stories almost. I
okay, then
feel
you love
like,
mumblecore then.
yeah, just like really easy to grasp. I'm really looking forward to watching Marty Supreme when that comes out.
Oh
Like
shit,
that's
me too, me
low
too.
key, like that's the most excited for a movie I've been in, like a new movie in a little bit. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, and I also think yeah, like the director is good. He made oh hold on, he made
Oh
Uncut
yeah,
Gem,
dude,
and
Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems is for sure up there. Like, dude, that is a great movie. Yeah, I'd put that in my list as well.
yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, he made Uncut Gems and Good Time with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
Um,
Good Time is like it's cool. I watched it. Me and my friends watched Good Time after we watched Uncut Gems, and it's like you could just see all the pieces there. You know what I mean? Like that style definitely pops through a lot.
yeah, so I think I don't know if this is his guy's third film, but yeah, like so he made two bangers already. So fucking uh, and I this is actually Tyler's first ever for real on God, honest to God role in a
Yeah,
film.
that's gonna be interesting to see too. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for Mars Supreme. I'm gonna be watching it in some island. So not the best experience, but hopeful. But yeah, I'll be seeing it. And and yeah, so yeah, so you like more casual. Yeah, so you definitely like mumblecore. Yeah, yesterday I saw a film. You're actually weird to say, but like your music actually kind of and and your general like aesthetic because I like look at your album covers and they're like low budget as fuck. No offense, but I just like
Yeah,
they're like low budget
it's
as fuck.
that DIY like type of thing.
Head high is my favorite album cover. Purely because like I don't know why I laugh. I find it so funny. But yeah, like your music and your general aesthetic kind of gives me some mumblecore kind of thing. So yeah, very interesting. You haven't heard of the genre, like because like you kind of epitomize the and like the stories or lyrics you talk about and
Yeah.
like yeah, like I get some mumblecore vibes. But yeah, yesterday I saw this film. It's called Blue Ruin. That's more mumble gore, but we don't have to talk about that. But that film, but I love that film. It's really good. You know, the budget it looks really good, considering that the budget was like over 400,000.
Really?
Yeah, it was on Kickstarter and everything. So yeah, like no, and also the mumblecore pipeline from like making those kind of films to like mainstream Hollywood films is like kind of crazy. Like for example, do you know who Adam Wingard is?
I don't think so. No.
He was a mumblecore person. And he made really small films. Do you know what his most recent film was?
No, what was it?
Godzilla versus Kong.
Uh,
Yes.
that's funny.
So yeah, so the pipeline's crazy. Greta Gerwig would actually be considered as that. Like she made some like mumblecore shit. And then she made fucking Barbie. So
Watch Barbie in theaters.
was it was it was it an experience?
It was low key, and this is like my homie like hates that I said this, but I liked Barbie like way more than Oppenheimer. Like if I had to like
No
pick,
way. No way, dude.
I liked Barbie a lot more.
Come on.
It's been like I might have to rewatch Oppenheimer because it's been a while,
Rewatch
but
it.
like
Rewatch
I
it. No.
should. But
Come on.
Barbie, I liked Barbie between the two a lot more.
No, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Oppenheimer is way better. I'm sorry, man. I mean, it probably doesn't help the fact that I saw it like fucking three times back to back. I saw it once with my cousin, then again in the same in Dominican Republic. I watched it again with my parents, um, and then other cohorts and minions and blah blah blah. Because I'm a superhero. And then I watched it again for the third. Yeah, so it probably doesn't help that I watched it three times. But no, Oppenheimer Wait a minute. Come on. No,
Yeah, dude. I need to rewatch it soon.
but yeah, so and then there was this other mumblecore director who made who's actually considered to be the godfather of the genre. His latest film is fucking Lady and the Tramp by Disney. Like what? So no, I don't know. I just kind of like imagine. I just kind of like when I like listen to your music and like your general aesthetic. I just kind of get that vibe. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, and yeah, now that you said you're a film major, that's like the kind of films I actually. Yeah, you're a film major, but like, what do you actually plan on doing? Like, are you actually gonna like try to make movies?
I'm like more interested in writing stuff. I
Okay.
think like that was really what got me into it when I was like in high school. I like wrote a couple like quote unquote I wrote a couple screenplays like they weren't very good or even like formatted correctly, but then when I was a senior in high school I took a screenwriting class and like I really enjoyed that and that's what made me like want to do that because I was like I want to write more stuff. So yeah, that's like really what made me want to do that. And also like I didn't want to major in anything music related in school just because I didn't want to like turn it into schoolwork. So I was
No,
like, let me
yeah,
choose
that's
like a
fair.
different thing.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
yeah, if I ever do anything like film related, I'd love to just like write scripts for projects and like do that. Like that that's really enjoyable.
Uh, yes. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you want to be a writer? Do you want to be an actor?
Not really. I think like yeah, no, in general, not really, but like it could be cool for something specific, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Tell me what like. Okay. So yeah, now that we're actually on the same boat here, because yeah. Fun fact. I am a official. I am a published author. Quote unquote.
Oh, no way.
Uh, yeah. I have a book out right now, and I'm writing my second one. The yeah. Like, let me just send you the name real quick. Yeah, because like full disclosure, I love interviewing people, but yeah, like I do want to be a author first. Yeah,
Yeah.
so let me just quickly send you the name of my book so you can kind of like Visionary Burning Dream. You can buy it on anything, Amazon, Kobo, other websites that I'm forgetting. And there you go. So yeah, like I am a author first. And yeah, like I've always wanted to like write for eons, for hundreds of years since the Crusades. You know, like I've been
Yeah.
and no, yeah, and no, I've always wanted to write, and yeah, like film is also something that I'm like dabbling with. Um,
Yeah.
and thanks to this like just quick purging of the mumblecore genre, like I now know what I want my first film to be, which is just good. And it's crazy that I'm saying this because I'm more of like a fantasy guy. Like the book that I just sent you is a fantasy novel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I want my first film to actually just be like slice of life, like mumblecore type shit. So
That'll be
you
cool.
see, excuse me.
I just said that would be cool.
Yeah, so yeah, like I'm just kind of doing anything right now. So while I'm saying what I'm saying, tell me if you like these kind of mediums. I'm currently also working on a comic book. Does that interest does that interest you?
Yeah, I'm not like super like into comics like that. The only stuff that I really I read like all of Invincible
Oh, damn. Okay.
and then I also like Scott Pilgrim, just like the first novels of that. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm not like super into comics like that, but you know.
Do you are you a freaking normie and watch the MCU and the DCU?
I'm like ever since I was just having this conversation earlier, but like ever since like Endgame, that was like, all right, I might not like that was like really good, and then they were like just not doing anything crazy for a couple years. But low key, Fantastic Four, that like I thought that was a solid movie. and so now I'm like kind of intrigued again. But
Yeah,
we'll
kind
see.
of.
I'm looking forward to the new Spider-Man,
That's
and if
pretty much
that's like
that's pretty much the attitude. People only care about Spider Man. I mean, me being one of those people, but I'm just I'm just
yeah. I mean,
saying.
they were just like I don't know, because even like No Way Home was like it was good. It was good, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just like a lot of their stuff was like wishy-washy for a long time, but now I feel like they're kind of getting back into it.
Uh, yeah, like I like okay. So yeah, ever since Endgame, which I have my problems with Endgame. Yeah, it's been just utter dog shit. There's been some good stuff, I guess, like Hawkeye. Um, I guess No Way Home. Then it was just dog shit again. Uh, for a really long time. Thunderbolts was surprisingly decent, even though it's by
Yeah, I didn't watch Thunderbolts because like I remember when like it got announced like years ago. I was like, man, whatever. But then I heard it was getting good reviews, so like that kind of like
yeah,
made
like
me like
Thunderbolts was good, but by principle, I'm giving it a really low rating because everybody in
yeah,
that movie comes from some fucking dog shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, it can't be that like by law, it can't be that good, and yeah, which really sucks because it was a good movie.
yeah, right.
Yeah, because like Florence Pugh, she came from Black Widow, that was shit. John Walker came from Captain America. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah,
fucking yeah, that was not good. Ghost came from yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like so, by principle, I can't really give it any higher because
right.
all the characters I like don't care about that much. You know what I'm
Yeah, I feel that.
saying? But no, but yeah, like so I'm working on a comic. I also make music, but it's not good and by any stretch by any stretch of
Oh,
the imagine.
right.
You can actually hear it. It's on my YouTube channel. Yeah, actually, let me send you my YouTube channel. I haven't even. I don't know if I sent you that in the email. Hold on. Yeah, that way you can watch my other interviews. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Where the fuck are you? Okay, there you are. All right. So yeah, you could actually hear my music, quote unquote. Uh, and when I say I make music, I literally mean like I just fucking get stuff I like and just kind of fucking annihilate and destroy them and just hope for the best.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah, no, I'd be doing that. Yeah, I'm just I actually had this project I wanted to do for a while, but all of my minions moved away. One of them went to fucking Gainesville of all things. The other one went to the military. I've had this concept album. I've actually, yeah, that's a good one. Have you ever thought of a grand arcing story like that for your music, like a concept album?
Not really, or at least like not, not anytime soon. I feel like the most like quote unquote concept thing that I've ever done was maybe like All Good Here, but even that was like more just like I was just kind of writing about the same thing like on purpose, whereas like a lot of the time I just kind of like let whatever flow out and then put it together later. But yeah, not as far as like a story or like something like that. No, I haven't really had any plans for that, but it's possible for sure. It's like never off the table.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. And before I continue about whatever I was gonna say, what is your writing process like in these music? Because yeah, you're the sole writer of these, right?
Yeah, it's really well nowadays it's more the I just try to like be as like honest as possible, like Kendrick and Tyler kind of like push that with Mr. Morale and Chromacopia respectively. Like they're just super blunt and like truthful to like what was going on and like what they were thinking. I feel like that's just like in my mind, that's like not the only way, but I feel like if you want to make, just stuff that's gonna resonate, that's definitely like a most like an important thing. And so I just try to be like as truthful, but like I don't know, I'll go back and forth on that because sometimes I'll like write stuff that doesn't really pertain to me, but like it's more about, it adds to like the feeling of the song in general. So it's really like I don't know what the right word is, but it's just like super whatever feels right for the song. I just kind of like go with that is really what it is, and it could be anything, but I don't know. That's like it's hard to like nail down a specific process for it because it kind of changes a lot of the time. But that's like my approach at
Oh,
large.
okay, okay. And yeah, like yeah, it's and like I was saying before, you give me like a urban's slice of life, kind of like day to day. Especially Risky. I really like I said, Risky. Talks about like the time, like the passage of time and all that
Yeah.
jazz. Um, and have you ever considered going just fucking balls to the wall, abstract as fuck, 10 meanings, freaking just some nonsense basically, or that hasn't got crossed your mind yet?
I think nowadays when I like think about the meaning of my song, because sometimes it's weird. I feel like I don't really know how to explain it, but like there's songs now that I have that like are gonna come out soon where like they can mean multiple things, like they're about multiple things, but that's more just because like I'll write maybe like two or three lines like thing and then kind of like switch to writing about another specific thing, but like they both kind of fall in the same circle of like generally what it's about.
Hmm.
And then so I'll end up with like a verse or maybe like a whole song where it's like it could be about like or I had like five things on my mind while I wrote it and they all just kind of like contribute to one thing from that, people listen and it's someone who like they don't know the specific context of like what I'm thinking about. That makes like multiple different interpretations, which I think is cool. I like when a song can like be interpreted multiple different ways and like be correct in all those ways. You know what I mean? Like that's really I think that's like the mark of a well written song is when like you can derive multiple meanings from it and like they all can kind of make sense.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, like no, yeah, like a lot of music, especially rap can kind of like falls into that like it's like a lot of multiple meanings like double entendres, or as fucking
Yeah.
Drake would say, or as Drake would say, next thing you're gonna write me like quadruple double entendre or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but yeah, so I can't wait for you to one day just fucking absolutely go balls to the wall and just say, oh, this just go Finnegan's Wake on me with your album and just that's fuck. Can't wait for
It's it's bound to happen one day.
you're just gonna go full Finnegan's Wake on me. And just fucking completely and just completely just say to me like I promise you this single line is actually a reference to the fall of the Soviet Union. I don't know. um but yeah, just generally like yeah, so yeah. And similar question to like the earlier one, who's your biggest inspiration for your for your writing and music?
Right now, low key, I don't know. That's a good question. Because like some of the stuff that I'm writing, like right this minute, it's like simpler as far as like the flows and stuff, and so like I'm trying to find ways to say a lot without like a super complex flow. And hmm, I think at large, I think like Turnstile, Brendan Yates is like a big inspiration just because I'm also kind of mimicking like a lot of the sounds I'm doing right now is off of his stuff and
Right.
like just Turnstile at large. And I love Brendan Yates's lyrics because they're very simple and like hardcore in general has lyrics like it's just super simple, very blunt, like not really a lot of room for like other interpretations, but it still like hits really hard because like it's like to the like emotionally it's just like to the point, and like there's choruses where it's literally just like two lines, three lines, very like simple words, and like it's just super impactful. So I think I'm trying to like find my way into that, just like very simple phrasing, but like having a lot of meaning with it.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. That's no, that's usually my writing style as well. When because I like I don't really like flowery dialogue or like you know I'm more direct to the point. The only times when I'm not direct to the point is when I write like fables. But that but like with those I'm like intentionally trying to be like like intentionally trying to be a pretentious asshole. You know what I'm saying? So but no, yeah, I get you. Like sometimes you can say a lot without like having to do all that.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
And to like expand on your question on like your like how you want to be writing in like in film. What is an idea that because I asked this question to all my guests, even the ones that like don't really fit the criteria. But what is an idea that you've had for a really long time, like that story that you just have to get out there?
Um, Not like a specific story, but actually, I always thought that there should be more like teen comedy things, but geared towards like a mature audience, you know, like imagine basically like super bad type stuff, but like as like shows, you know, I feel like there's not a lot of shows that are like in that tone, you know. There's like you know the show Freaks and Geeks.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like that I feel like doesn't exist that much because there's a lot of like teen dramas that are like for mature audiences, and there are like comedy shows that have teenage characters and stuff, but they're mainly more like children's sitcoms, you know what I mean? I feel like it'd be really more stuff like single camera style sitcom almost where it's like about teenagers, but it's for mature audience. That's actually like an idea I've had since like high school. I feel like it was just something I noticed where I feel like there's not a lot of shows like that. But really like one thing that I got introduced to was the show Pen 15.
Yeah.
And that
Oh,
like
I've seen it on YouTube.
yeah, dude, that is like one of like probably the funniest show I've ever seen in my entire life. And I feel like that is kind of landing on that idea that I had. You know, there's like a twist to it still where
Right.
like the two main characters are like adult women portraying like middle schoolers, but
Hey,
you know,
yep.
it's like it's super fun. Like that is like a hilarious show, and I feel like they kind of that idea that I had is like that really falls in with that. So that's something that I think there needs to be more, or you know,
I saw it.
I'd like for there to be more of that.
Yeah, I have Hulu. I saw it announced there as like, and I was like, oh shit. Well, first of all, I'm like 5 years old, and I laughed because um because of the title.
Yeah, yeah, right.
But yeah. No, well, if you say it's good, then I'll give it a watch. How long's the show actually? Let me check. 10, 15, 2 seasons. All right, okay, I can eat that. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, yeah, it's super short. It's great, dude. That's like one of my favorite shows ever, I think.
Ever. Ooh. And what's your then what's your the favorite show ever?
Probably The Bear. I really like The Bear.
Oh snap! Oh, I'm watching The Bear right now. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
was
love it.
watching. I watched an episode an hour before this interview.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, I love Jeremy Allen White. He's actually my like if I ever become super famous, you know, I hope you blow up, dude. Uh, fucking if I ever become famous, uh, I would really want Jeremy Allen White to be on like my like adaptations and shit. He's like my
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I love Shameless, you know, I love the Bears
yeah.
far. So far. But the Bears your favorite thing ever? Like show?
I'd say so. That's what I've been saying for a while. I like always super excited when the new season comes out, and like me and my friends will watch it like super fast. It's just like
Um and I'm assuming the Bears like kind of like the writing style you'd want to go for.
maybe not exactly because like they kind of I don't know that their stuff is like more chaotic, especially in the first like two seasons. They kind of like switched to be more like cinematic recently, which I think is cool.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a well written show. Definitely, like the way that they write is super good. But you know, It's just that's definitely like something I really like.
Yeah, so, yeah, like I just got off the episode where Marcus landed on Copenhagen. So, or sorry, he's
Oh
like
yeah,
he's training under fucking Will Poulter
yeah, yeah.
in Copenhagen. So, no, yeah, I'm loving the bear so far.
It's
Uh,
great. It's great.
and but yeah, like I was saying about like concept albums, I had this one idea for like a really long time now, where yeah, it's about like psychology and or sorry psychiatry or whatever. It's about like these six patients that all have like the most fuck ass problems ever. Um, and like those lyrics are kind of from the POV of the psychiatrist, and then it just devolves into like a murder mystery, but like that's like in the background, and like most of the album is just from the POV, like the lives and times of these six patients. Uh, I really hate to say this, but a inspiration of this idea that I would want to do. Now, unfortunately, I can't play instruments, so and it really sucks that a lot of the people that I wanted to do this with, vanished and disappeared. And
Yeah,
yeah, I can't play instruments. I used to know how to play the guitar, but I just gave up. I just but yeah, no, like of big inspiration, unfortunately, for this concept album that I one day want to do, is don't kill me for this, R. Kelly. Uh,
yeah,
fucking especially trapped in the closet.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Trapped in the closet. That's a classic.
yeah. I unfortunately trapped in the closet is good. Can't really like can't really. I don't know. um, to quote
Yeah,
this one YouTuber I watch, you see, this is why people hate Diddy because he made bad. His music wasn't actually good. Like, and this is why people let Playboy Party slide. uh, but no, yeah, like, so yeah, I've had that idea for a while, um, and just completely out of curiosity, and I'm totally not asking you, if we could ever link up. I'm totally not asking you that, but yeah, if I remember, you said you could do guitar and bass, right?
yeah, yeah. I'm not as good as you might think I am, but I can play them. So
Which is your favorite instrument, whether regardless you can play it or not?
I'd probably still say guitar.
Guitar. Okay, so
Mm, yeah, yeah. I don't know actually. Yeah, I'd probably say guitar.
guitar. Okay. I think you said it earlier, but I can't remember. You've been making music since you were 14, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And from like your external, like real life, who got you into music actually?
Okay, it was actually one of my best friends. He like asked me if I wanted to write a song with him one day, and I thought that was really weird because I'd never like really done any musical like anything before that. But
Hmm.
we wrote a song over like a just a beat off of YouTube, and yeah, I guess like that interested me, and that made me want to like keep writing songs, and then eventually I learned how to produce, and now
Right. Okay. Okay. So yeah, writing is kind of like your main thing then. Oh, since always.
yeah, pretty much.
You read any? You read any novels or books?
No, not really. I like should read more, honestly, but I haven't really read anything in a
Uh,
while.
yeah, samesies. Ironic considering that I published a book, but yeah, I can't read. I can't read for the life of me. That shit's hard. Um, but yeah, so yeah, writing has been your main thing, and overall, yeah, you want to be a film writer, you're a music writer, and and what else would you say got you? Yeah, so your best friend got you into music, but any like super deep and personal, like My dad, when I was 3 years old, my dad introduced me to the piano, or nothing like that, nothing crazy like that.
No, not really. I really just kind of like fell into it one day, and I just like it piqued my interest. So yeah,
And you've been making music ever since.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Nice, nice. Um, and yeah, and another thing I was gonna say is, how many years have you been in college for now? Like, is this your second year,
Uh,
third year?
this is my third year. Yeah, technically, yeah, I guess starting in January is gonna be my second semester of my third year. So yeah.
And all right. And what and just for more like chillax questions. What like kind of what kind of hobbies do you do outside of music? Whether or not that would influence your um aesthetics or plans on becoming famous or not. Like, yeah, what other kind of hobbies you do? Because like for me, for example, I don't really have hobbies. Like, I mean, I do, but like I like want to incorporate those in any way possible to like
Right.
yeah, like for example, I play D&D. But I'm currently doing a campaign that's really, really, really fucking close to ending. But but once I finish that, I would want to like adapt that into like a book series or something. Because like you know what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, what kind of like hobbies you have? Whether regardless you're gonna use it for your actual like artist.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, what
I
are
used to I don't like skate as much as I used to, but I got into skating like a couple years ago, and that was like a big thing that like me and all my friends did. I got like really obsessed with it for like when I first started. And I guess like, skating kind of like had those like crosses with like rock and alternative culture and stuff like that.
yeah, I was gonna
But like
say.
I said, I don't do it as much as I used to. A bit unfortunate, but I'd say like skating was a big one, and then low key when I was like first learning how to play instruments, because like I started learning how to play instruments after I already started making music, and for a while there I kind of viewed that as like its own hobby, just because like I would just be like practicing song like tabs from songs I already liked, and so that was just like something I did while also just making music on like FL Studio and stuff.
Right.
Um, so yeah, that's really I really don't I'm like kind of the same. Like I don't really have like a lot of like do much outside of like making music and all that, which is, sometimes I wish I had like just a separate hobby that was like fully recreational, but you know, it is what it is.
No, yeah, I get that. Like sometimes I would want a hobby that's like recreational, but then eventually it's just gonna get absorbed into like, how am I going to adapt this into my
Yeah.
aesthetic on the internet? So kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. And and no, yeah, like and just part two of that question, would you would you consider yourself a huge, gigantic nerd? Because I mentioned D&D earlier, so I was like worth asking.
Definitely for like I feel like I'm more of like a nerd for like music stuff, just like any like there's if I'm a big fan of an artist, I'll probably like go out of my way to try to learn a lot about them and just really dive into their discography. And so I have a habit now where like I'll just ask people I'll just like go down a list of like, oh, do you listen to this guy? Do you listen to this guy? Like if they say yes, I'll just like kind of go on like a tangent about like whatever about their albums or something like that. And sometimes the other person is like as into the other artist as I am. Other times they just kind of know like a song or two, which is funny. But I think music just at large is like the biggest thing in my
Yeah.
life. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, I want to hear some of those tangents. I asked the last two guests this because they were musicians. Uh, and this is the segment I like to call uh, Red Feather forces his musician guests to give him new music to listen to because I'm lonely. But yeah, basically, yeah, just give me five music recommendations. Whether that be
Yeah.
singers. I think the last guy, Christ, he gave me Hype Williams, which is actually how I got introduced to Dean Blunt. So yeah, a
Oh,
fucking
nice.
literally a musician himself told me to listen to Dean Blunt. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so give me 5 music recommendations. And yeah, I just want to.
Yeah, dude. I would say, and I don't know if you've stopped me if you've heard of any of these already, but
All right.
I'd say like
Yeah.
Dejan, Geese, Malcolm
Geese
Todd.
pop,
I've been into.
Geese pops up sometimes when I search up your name, so I don't know what
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah.
They've been like really blowing up this year. Their most recent album is like really, really good. That's kind of what got me into them. But yeah,
Dijon,
Geese,
Dijon is like R&B, right?
Deja, yeah, he's like R&B, alternative R&B ish. Um, I'd say Malcolm Todd. I've been really into him. Um, oh, Fear Dorian is good. He's probably like one of my favorite underground like producers and rappers. Very like unique production style. Fear Dorian, and then maybe there's a band called World's Worst that I really like. They're like a melodic melodic hardcore, just like kind of like hard rock type band. They're like super super cool. Maybe not melodic hardcore, but if you like Title Fight, you'll probably like World's Worst.
World's Worst. Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's those are my recommendations.
All right, let me just quickly put them on my note. Uh, Malcolm Todd. I'll probably listen to Malcolm Todd first because I've been on my slowcore post rock, this and that. Samba John Baptiste, like I was saying. World's Worst, Geese, Dijon. Who was the last one who else you told me?
Fear Dorian.
Fear Dorian. Okay, Fear Dorian.
Yeah, I
All
think
right,
you'd
so
like some of this.
yeah, so yeah, like the genres I'm like onto right now are like I was saying, slowcore, like a lot of abstract rap. Like Danny Brown or like Danny Brown or fucking Dose One, like those people. Um, Post rock, alternative rock. I love progressive metal. I think that's my favorite genre. Yeah, I know I'm a pretentious ass. Progressive metal. Um,
Yeah, you definitely
and
like Geese. I think you really mess with the Geese album.
what's their genre of Geese? You said?
Yeah, they're like low key. I'd say like experimental, like folk rock, low
Oh shit.
key. Like
Okay.
they
All
have
right.
hints of just like classic rock and like some country influence, some like I don't know, just older styles of music with like an interesting twist on it. I think you'd definitely enjoy it.
Okay. Okay. You said yeah. You said they were blowing up this year. Are they like really new?
They're like relatively new. They kind of came up like like 2021, I think maybe. And then I remember their album before this most recent one kind of got some traction, but this is definitely like the most attention they've gotten. So
Yeah, I can see they are at 1 million listeners. Okay, yeah, they're really blowing the fuck up.
yeah,
Damn.
yeah, no, they're good. They're good.
Okay, yeah, so Geese and um why the fuck is Cameron Winter? Anyways, why the fuck are you here? Um yeah, I've already heard of Dijon. And yeah, no, like another genre I've been listening to are like, a lot of R&B stuff, a lot of like progressive R&B specifically, like like Thundercat for example.
Right, right.
Or fucking Pedro Martins, he's a really cool one. And Pedro Martins is the kind of power I wish to have because even though he's like not that famous, he made a song with Thundercat. And in one of Pedro Martins' albums, he got fucking Eric Clapton. Like, okay, it's like, all right, for sure. Um, no, but yeah, like, and yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of that. So yeah, you gave me a lot of cool. Yeah, so you've kind of hit my spots, pause, a little bit. And so, yeah, let's see what music recommendations. I can give you. So yeah, I'm assuming you like hyperpop because you collabs with a hyperpop person.
Hyperpop, yeah. I don't listen to it as much as I used to, I think, but there's definitely parts of that genre that like I really, really like.
Okay, so I think so. Yeah, some music, some people I would recommend. You'd love. You probably know them already. Black Midi.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, Black Midi. Yeah, well, they're like disbanded as fuck right now, so I'll just put here Black Midi, Jordy Griep. I actually sent Jordy a text for interview. Left me on red, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
there was that. Another person that obviously Dean Blunt, of course. I listen. You gotta listen to more of him. He's pretty cool. Um, you mentioned progressive folk with Geese, so I'd highly recommend listening to Mid Air Thief.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know them?
Yeah, I haven't I've listened to like one of their albums like way
Let me
back,
guess.
but yeah,
Let me guess. You listened to Crumbling.
is that the one where it's like the black and white cover and it's like a bunch of animals?
Let me. Mid Air
Can't remember
Thief.
the name. Oh wait, Midair Thief. Wait a minute. No, I'm mixing it up with Big Thief. My bad.
Big Thief's also good though.
But yeah, I do know Midair Thief, but I got mixed up with Big Thief.
No, Mid Air Thief. I recommend listening to Crumbling. It'll change your life. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
um, yeah. Let's see. A fourth person I can recommend you. Let's see. All right, let me go to my fucking yeah, fourth person I can recommend. Oh, here's a good one. Young Fathers.
I don't know them. Yeah,
Oh, you don't know Young Fathers? Did you see the movie 28 Years Later?
I know it. I haven't seen it, but I do know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just saying because they made the soundtrack for that movie. Young
Oh,
Fathers has
nice.
Young Fathers has the most fuck ass aesthetic I've seen for a rap group. So like I'm gonna send you one of their I'm gonna send you one of their covers real quick. It's so fucking it's so fucking fun. Hold on, check this out. This is from their fourth album, Cocoa Sugar. Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
look at
funny.
that. Um, and yeah, it's just yeah, they're really good. I recommend listening to Young Fathers, especially their first two mixtapes. And yeah, Cocoa Sugar with that fuck ass album cover. And let's see what last one could I give you. Well, actually, I'll give you two more. I'll give you one that's like super fucking unknown and one that's actually known. Do you know who Open Mike Eagle is?
I don't.
Really? Okay. All right. Open Mike Eagle. I recommend him. I especially, yeah. Apart from you, I think my second most listened to song was "But One" by Open Mike Eagle. So
Okay.
that's how you already know Open Mike Eagle. And the last one, this one has absolutely no fucking clout at all. But if you like glitch pop and all that shit, recommend like glitch rap. Recommend listening to the Carloses.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, so those are my recommendations. And I don't remember if I asked this question earlier, but oh no, I did. I was gonna say like, yeah, what other genre would you experiment out of? But like, you're not there just yet. Like, you want to like take it slow.
Yeah, yeah.
But but yeah, so if you ever actually here's a good one. Which artists, whether big or small, do you really, really want to collaborate with? Except Hobo
Ooh, I
Johnson,
think
fucking for that.
like major. I mean, obviously, if I ever got to work with Tyler, that would be incredible. Um, Also, Dominic Fike is that
Dominic
those guys are just like massive ones, but it's kind of smaller, but still like definitely
Yeah,
like out of
like
my league.
yeah,
I would love to do
ones that are
something.
actually possible. Ones that are actually slightly more possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to work with Underscores at one point. I think she has like the most unique production style I've ever heard.
She,
and
I think she worked with Danny Brown
Danny
recently.
Brown. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I really like that stuff. Um, yeah, I love underscores. I love both of her albums are like super inventive, and she's like also like low key a pretty good inspiration for me when it comes to melodic stuff. And so yeah, I'd love to work with her at some point, like hop on her production or make a song together. Like that's something that would be really, really tight. She's also been kind of blowing up this year, I think,
Yeah,
more than
yeah,
she
like
did.
that Danny Brown album alone should probably help her out.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, that's one. So that's one. Who else would you really for really please notice me? Who do you want to collab with?
Um, Romil Hamnani, the producer, like the main producer of Brockhampton, I think he is like same thing, like super unique producer. Like he low key made Brockhampton sound
Oh, okay. Damn.
like
Okay.
on it, and super legendary producer in my eyes. I feel like he's really underrated. I'd love to do something with him.
What's his name?
Romil Hamnani,
How do you spell that?
Romil.
Oh, I found him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's done like he produced a Paris, Texas song. He worked with Arlo Parks a couple years ago.
Yeah, he has.
He
Yeah.
did some production work on Chromacopia as well, which is cool.
Oh, really?
So
Oh, apparently he produced a song for Caliucci.
yeah, 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 yeah. He's done like a lot of not a lot, but like the artists that he has worked with, it's like it makes a lot of sense for him, you know.
Yeah, and and of course a lot of his production are with other Brockhampton people like Matt
Oh,
Champion.
yeah, 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 that too.
Okay, so and give me your last one. Who would you wish? Actually, is he possible? Is Rommel? Do you think Rommel Hamani is actually like feasible here?
Maybe not like in the near future. I don't know. I guess it's like hard to say, but
To be
just like
honest,
he's definitely
you're low key going like fast because like not even a year ago I was like listening to you. You like I said, you only had like fuck all, and now you're like 50K. Hobo Johnson following you. All your
yeah.
the songs on Spotify be showing me have at least like 500K like views. So no, all things considered, you're low key going quick, faster
Yeah,
than me. Faster than me.
uh,
That's for sure.
I'm hoping next year is like a really good year. But you know, we'll see. We'll see, man. There's anything could happen.
You're you're working on a album right now.
I am, or like I'm gonna start rolling one out next year for sure. Like I think first single out next month.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, you're really that's another key thing. You got to be consistent. And yeah, like you've literally had one album per year. Let me quickly check your you had Good Ass Job by Kanye West in 2021.
Yeah.
2021. You had a collab album and an actual album in 2022. Playing All Good Here 2023. Yeah, you've been fucking head high 2024 and buried out back. So yeah, you've been fairly consistent, all things considered. And what do you think is the key to that? Like, yeah, you've been fairly consistent, which is something that a lot of musicians, even smaller musicians, kind of have a problem with. I'm looking at you, Frank Ocean. But yeah, like, what's your key to that? You'd say like consistency.
Oh yeah, just consistency. I mean, like really TikTok, social media, Instagram Reels, like that was like the big thing that made a difference. I feel like that's like super necessary for anyone to just like find an audience. And I think like staying consistent on that is like the biggest thing.
Yeah, well, that's how I discovered you. At least I discovered a YouTube short of yours.
Right, right.
'Kay, it was recommend it, you sorry you it was a snippet of Risky. I liked that video, did not pay attention to it, and I found it again in my liked video, and I was like, wait, I remembered liking this snippet. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
here we are. Um, and yeah, so yeah, you're pretty consistent, and yeah, you just made a single, Big Bank. I haven't heard it yet, but is that going to be a part of the new album?
Nah, that's just like a single, like a loose single, you know. But next one will be.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, and yeah, we're almost reaching near the end. This is quickly gonna go over through another segment that I go through with all my guests, so they can kind of not be consistent. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't are not gonna have an issue with this, but this is a story I like to tell all the people I snatch up. Um, do you and see and see how you're gonna be a writer? Yeah, this actually might be useful. Do you know who Patrick Rothfuss is?
I don't.
No? Okay. Well, he wrote a series called King Killer. Um, long story to make a long story short, he made his first book in 2007.
Yeah.
Then he made his second book in 2011. So 5 years. We're already like not off to a great start. Um, there is no third book. It's been 15 years. Uh, a lot of
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, and and he did a couple of things that made the situation even worse. So first off, in 2022 or 23, he scammed his audience of over $444,000. Because he was baiting people with the first chapter of his long-awaited book. Um, and then the second thing he did was in last year, yeah, 2024, he released a remastered version of a short story he did all the way back in 2015, but as a novella instead of releasing his third book that we've been waiting for 15 fucking years.
Yeah.
So, so my point is, don't do it.
Yeah, man.
um,
I hope not.
yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, usually I tell that because, well, the first guy I actually interviewed, actually had a major consistency problem. His name is ER. He like makes a video every fucking year, so, like every one or two videos per year. It's really bad. Um, so yeah, so I tell that to like just like that's a funny story because I fucking hate Patrick, but also just generally like yeah, seeing how like you are just starting out, it'd be like yeah, you that's like you're already like achieving it. Like you gotta be consistent, post as much as you can on like everything. Yeah. Like network to fuck, like that's a good one too. Whether that be with your friends or literally, okay, don't go like super stalker mode, but sometimes like you know what they say, should they shoot all the you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Like, you know what,
Yeah.
like, hey, I want to collab with underscores, send her an email. If she doesn't respond, well, fuck, but hey, at least you tried. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be like, sometimes you gotta be like courageous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true.
No, yeah, like if you want to collab with fucking Ramil Hemani, if like is it possible that he might not respond? Yes, especially because he's like bigger than usual. But you know what? Again, just send an email. You might get lucky. Who knows? And certainly luckier than me because I have no power whatsoever. To be honest, it's honestly a miracle I've gotten this much people considering how like low budget this all is. Um, and but yeah, so that's why I want to say thank you again for actually agreeing to this. Like, I'm a very humble content creator on this space.
Yeah, man. And of course. Thanks for asking me on. I like really appreciate it.
But yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, so that's what I do. Yeah, like I just email a fuck ton of people and hopefully it works out. And it did today, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And
Right.
it's what a singer or a singer, rapper, artist, musician that I actually listen to quite a bit. Um, and what are these people talking? Okay, sorry. But and it's with a person that I'm like, I'm actively like checking the growth of. So yeah, that's just like my advice. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're making great music. Hopefully, you can make that album Like like as quick as humanly possible. Obviously, don't burn your out. Obviously, don't burn out. That's not good. But if you still got the creative juices, use it. And
Yeah.
yeah, let's see. I got let's see if any other questions I have left. Uh, yeah, here's a good one. Um, yeah, I already said what artist. Well, let's get a bit pessimistic here. Let's get a bit negative. Uh, these are going to be the last two questions. I was going to ask them earlier, but I forgot. But let's get a bit negative here. Let's get a bit dramatic. Who are five artists that you just fucking hate? Like, and obviously not like the generic ones. I mean, like you in particular just hate like in your own like artists that you just are like, oh, gross.
I don't know if I can name five, but I could definitely name one. I really don't like AJR like at all. You know, the it's like the three brothers. They make
Yeah,
like
I
pop
know.
music. Dude,
Yeah,
I really do not like AJR. Their album OK Orchestra, like when that first came out, I I couldn't even I just don't. I will pass on AJR always.
and
That's like
and
one
is there
artist,
yeah, and is,
I
is there
guess.
is there a uniquely you reason why you don't like AHR apart from the obvious?
I just like you know because when OK Orchestra came out, I like knew people that were listening to it and like they were like listening to it like to make fun of it. And I was like, it surely can't be that bad. And like, yeah, every song just kept disappointing. Like there's one song on there that I can't remember. I think it's called My Play or something like that. And I remember like kind of liking it. And then the chorus hit and I was like, yeah, I'm good. And I kept listening to the album after that. Yeah, I just don't like AJR.
Yeah, like yeah, like every so often they just start trending because of how shit they are. Like literally as of late they were that one song with the yodeling, yodeling that was trending
Yeah.
because of how
Thirsty.
fucking shit it is.
We
Um
play that like me and my friends play it like whenever there's people around just to like see the reaction.
and as for uh movies, yeah, because what is a movie? Actually, yeah, give me some hot takes. Right? What's a movie that you can't stand but everybody else seems to like, or what's a movie you like that people can't stand for some reason?
Yeah. Damn, honestly, I don't know if I have any like crazy hot takes. I guess like this is funny like bringing it back to the SpongeBob thing, but the second SpongeBob movie where like they're superheroes like sponge out of water. That one I actually think is a pretty good movie. And it's like I don't think it's as good as the first one. Like the first one's still way better, but like I remember the second one we kind of like dogged on that one, but like I rewatched it a couple years ago and I was like low key this one also holds up, but it's definitely not as good as the first one. But I know there's been like two SpongeBob movies since then. There was like the one with Keanu Reeves in it, and then like the one that's about to come out. And like I don't care enough about SpongeBob movies to watch those, but the second one I do think is actually like a lot better than people give it credit for.
Yeah, yeah, the second one was all right. I'm more the thing I remember about the second one though is fucking no one ever really dies' song towards the end.
Oh yeah.
The third one had some dog shit like Lil Mosey. Why the fuck? Why the fuck is Lil Mosey in a SpongeBob song? In a SpongeBob
I
movie?
had no idea that Lil Mosey was in that.
Yeah, it's so fucking random. And the fourth one, I don't know. I know they made a Sandy Cheeks movie, and I think they made a Plankton movie too. There was like a little bit of drama with the Plankton movie, where Netflix was like saying, "Guys, it's gonna come out," and then a Twitter user just came out of fucking nowhere and was like, "No, it's coming out now." And then he just leaked the whole movie and just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Hey, you know, I actually remember that. I do remember when that happened.
Yeah,
That's funny.
like, he just leaked the whole fucking movie. Um, and well, yeah. What are some hot takes you have, but like regarding music?
Ooh, regarding music, I think. hmm, I don't know. This isn't really a hot. This is just like the first thing that came to mind, but and it's not really a hot take. But like Weezer, the band Weezer, I feel like I don't know. That's how do I word it? I was gonna be like, I think they went on a crazy run. I mean, obviously, like Blue Album, Pinkerton, everyone loves. Green Album is also like up there. But I think like in the 2000s, like maybe like from Green Album to like definitely up until Red Album. I can't remember what came out after that specifically, but they were kind of on like a crazy run in the 2000s. And it's just funny because like that was probably their most successful time, like numbers wise, but like everybody hated their music still, which is like interesting. Like Beverly Hills was huge, Pork and Beans was huge, and they had just kind of like hit song after hit song for like every year in the 2000s it felt like, but then at the same time like nobody liked Weezer, and I just think that's like a funny like thing that happened, and now they're still around too, which is cool. I feel like there's not a lot of bands from the 90s that are like really like actively making music still and like prominent and touring, you know what I mean? I feel like Weezer's kind of like a unique one. Like not really a hot take, more just like an observation, but like Weezer's probably like one of the influential bands for me for sure. And I really respect like their discography and Rivers Club that even though the amount compared to the amount of albums that they have in their discography versus like how much of it I actually listen to and like enjoy, it's a really crazy ratio. But I do still like love Weezer. I feel like
You're
they're up
keeping up.
there for me.
You're keeping up with them.
Yeah, I listened to oh God, what was I know they just did like they reissued the Blue album for their anniversary, but I remember when OK Human was like out and new, and like I listened to OK Human, but that was before I was like a Weezer fan. I think yeah, they did the Seasons albums before that, and there's some cool songs in the Seasons, or not before, after. There's some cool songs in the Seasons albums, but yeah, it's just like cool that they're still making music and like still actively pushing. You know what I mean? I think that's just like super awesome.
Yeah, yeah, I can appreciate Weezer, to an extent. Um, and do you have like a hot take for the opposite, where like you can't stand the music even though everybody else likes it?
None that I can think of off the top of my head, but uh I don't know. Nothing like crazy crazy. I remember okay, like this one's not like insane, but like I remember in 2022 when what's that album? Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry. It was that and also The Forever Story by Jid
Oh,
were
you don't
like
like that?
it's not that I don't like them. I do like them, but I thought they were kind of like overhyped at the time because like it was like people were talking about like rap album of the year, and it was like Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale, which I really love. Like I think that's his best album, and it was like people like being like, is it Mr. Morale or is it The Forever Story? And I'm like, The Forever Story was not that crazy. I really do like 2007 off of that album. I think that's like the best Jid song ever,
Yeah.
but I just remember that was like a big thing, and like when I go to school, one of my homies was like really into the Forever Story, and like he'd always talk about. I'm like, I don't know, dude. It was cool, but maybe I'm not like a huge Jid fan. I think he's a great rapper for sure, and I think the Forever Story is a good album. But I thought those two, that and Denzel Curry's album that year was like kind of overhyped.
Melt my ass.
Um, but yeah, but they're not bad. They're definitely not bad.
The only problem I have with Jid is that um, I feel like when I hear Jid, I just hear Kendrick sometimes. I don't know.
Like, yeah, I that's a like people say that a lot. I could see that.
I love Denzel Curry though. And
He's
he's
also like great rapper, great rapper.
yeah, I love Denzel. Um, but yeah, I think that wraps it up. And but yeah, so once again, just want to thank you for coming onto the Red Feather Show. Hope you had fun, and hopefully you had fun and we had goofs and gaffs and yeah.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for inviting me on, man. I was like, it was a very cool interview.
Yeah, hopefully we can. Yeah, this is gonna be on YouTube. Hopefully in a couple days. And yeah, hopefully we can like keep in touch and all that jazz.
For sure, for sure.
I have your Discord. I send you all my stuff. Um, I don't really know what's your main source of what's your main social media because so I can ask you to follow that one.
Just Instagram.
Instagram. Do you use TikTok?
Oh, I do. I guess Instagram and TikTok. Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
all right. Do you think? All right. I'll follow you on Insta but not on TikTok. So send me your TikTok real quick.
It's the same as my Instagram handle. I'll send it to you anyway, but it's the same.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Just copy that. Where to flip? Okay. Okay. All right. There you go. Yeah. Let me just send you. Yeah, I followed you. Let me just send you mine real quick. Um, Here you go. Fuck. Melvin Kona Dolph. Yeah. Okay. Um. So yeah, that's my TikTok. Yeah, it's just gonna be a lot of yeah, a lot. Yes. Ignore the ignore the older videos. We're not gonna talk about. Those are just like me kind of getting the camera and just kind of doing shit. But the new stuff is what matters. Okay. um. But yeah, I'll just But yeah, nice talking to you. Hopefully, we can stay in touch. And yeah, and hopefully we can actually do stuff together because we actually have more in common than one would think one would not assume at first. Um,
Right.
yeah, the film writing because I also want to like get dabble into like screenwriting and all that jazz. So yeah, hopefully we can as the kids would say link up.
Hmm.
But yeah, nice talking to you, man.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, all right. See ya.
Take it easy.